a very annoying, kind of threatening hero. And I mean, Eternal Envy made it look kind of easy. You know, he was really just split pushing, playing very safe with the actual Arc Warden, playing risky with the Tempest double. It's a different conundrum when that hero's in the safe lane too, as we saw, because of how much he can actually dominate the lane when he has a good support like an Enchantress or something like that.
Yeah, I can. It's for sure like the Arc Warden. If you get your lane good, the game is really good for it. It's a really annoying hero to deal with. Like you can see the split pushing potential of this hero being very crazy. So
Speaking
they
of
just want to
heroes
get rid
hard
of
to
it.
deal with,
Yeah, Venomancer and especially also Quincy. I think they're one of the better NA teams that play Venomancer. They understand this hero pretty well. They understand how you want to lane it. They understand how you want to play with it. So it's a good hero here, I think. What I would like from Zoomers though right now is to consider trial-laning like this Venomancer. They have Tusk, they have Crystal Maiden. They can make this Venomancer's life really, really hard if they want to do that. So that's a possibility at least.
okay. I always worry about CM in those Veno lanes because she's so slow already. She just seems like food against these matchups that have catch. But
Yeah.
I see what you mean about slowing down the Veno a little bit because he does take
So
over.
yeah, so what they can do is like if they have this Crystal Maiden and Tusk goes for like a boots build, and they have a core with like a stun or any type of slow. The Venomancer can never step to the lane because he will just be slowed from the Crystal Maiden. Tusk will run at him with attack team, and they will just slow him with whatever or like stun him with whatever the carry that is gonna be, and the Venomancer will just non-stop feed on the lane.
Okay.
So that there's that potential that they can do at least.
I see. All right. And now Gyrocopter. So Quincy crew still suiting up for a lineup that can play fairly quickly here. Pretty aggressive, right? Gyro, one of these carries that brings a lot more magic damage to the table. And he generally wants to fight earlier than your average carry.
Yep, that is for sure. Like it's a fast gameplay hero for them. They can just keep up the pressure. It's also nice. Oh, actually, what they could do right now is that they could play this Venomancer as a support because they do see, yeah, this could be something that they're looking to do. I like that as well. SVG has been playing it, so they can play the Gyro.
Really?
Yeah. They can play the Venomancer as a 5 if the the lane is too hard for them, and they have a last pick on Quincy crew. Okay, Lifestealer. So I would like right now that this Venomancer is a support, and they would pick like a hero that scales well against a Lifestealer. Because sir, you can have a fine lane against Veno as against Lifestealer, but in the game it's a pretty good Lifestealer game. So they can.
Yeah.
I think they are gonna play this Veno as a 5, and they're gonna look for a core pick, maybe like a Death Prophet or something like that. Because I know Queen likes that hero a lot, and it's a pretty good DB game already so far.
Sounds reasonable. I don't think I've actually seen the 5 Veno, but I'm excited to see it in the hands of SVG, the master strategist. The Zoomers lineup, they've got a lot of catch potential, right? LC, Tusk, Lifestealer. They definitely want to play some guerrilla warfare. I worry a little bit about the 5-man, though. The Quincy crew team fight just feels a little more scary, right? Like, imagine these guys fighting around the Roche pit.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine Zoomers ever really wanting to take that fight, even with just not knowing what their 5th hero is yet.
It's not gonna be easy for sure. Like I think Zoomers can have some hard time if they don't find a good last pick here that deals with like team fight and stuff. They have some nice laning setup, and I also think that Zoomers can have potential. Like I said about the tri lane, they can go aggressive tri lane as well, or just defensive, whatever they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
They have options. I think Quincy crew is more harder to do, make some weird laning stuff. They can play the Venomancer as a 5, like I said, but their like tri lane option is not that good. But their team fight is gonna be good, and I think that's what Zoomers need to address. They have to find something that is a good team fighter, or they have to be able to play like a really fast 5-man Dota and just end the game in like 25 to 30 minutes and make Quincy crew not be able to like play fast.
Sounds tough. Sounds like a tall order. The heroes they have right now don't push that well either. I like this Invoker band, though, out of Quincy crew. Certainly some Exort possibilities with like a Legion Commander. Some great setups there for Sunstrike. And on the Wex side of things, also somebody pretty high tempo that can be really annoying to break up these team fights. and make things a little easier for Lifestealer. So good ban either way, as the Zoomers take out Slardar and Enigma. So banning around what looks like off-laners, as now Queen of Pain gets taken out by Quincy.
Yeah, so they might think like a Storm for Zoomers is one, gives them this nice long catch. Right now they don't have the best ways of dealing with Storm. It's also a hero that can go against kind of a lot of matchups and do okay at least. That's one hero I'm thinking. There's the Dragon Knight. No, probably not that best. He's gonna have some annoying time in the game. Maybe they will go for Death Prophet themselves. I feel like Quincy Crew might be, if they don't take Death Prophet here in Zoomers, and they take some pretty bad hero, I think Quincy Crew is just gonna take the Death Prophet themselves. It's a pretty nice game for both sides right now.
Both sides pretty low on time now.
Yeah.
What's it gonna be here, Zoomers? And they take Centaur.
Okay, so it's Elsie mid. Yeah, I think Quincy Crew will probably take Death Prophet here. What I'm thinking. But the Centaur pick itself is it's a really good hero, because I mean the lane might be hard. That's what I can see. That's the only problem I see with this pick. But it's the Stampede is a really great tool against all of their team fight. So whenever they pop this Gyro ulti or there's this Venom wards, you will have this Stampede and you can actually just go and run at them and kill them. So
I wonder if they're considering Puck now against this. No, they go Beastmaster. Okay, totally different route.
Totally different, yeah. I didn't think about that as well. So
it's a Quinn Void Spirit. Okay, that'll go mid, and then Lelis will grab the Beastmaster. Okay, all right. So a little vision game now for Quincy Crew. Some better initiation. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
4 melee against Veno Gyro. That sounds not particularly fun. Especially Gyro.
Yeah, it's not the best, but at least, like I said, they do have the Stampede, which is a very good tool against the slows. And then they do have the LC also with the Purge. So they have some way of like dealing with it. It's not the best, but at least it's not the worst type of game to play against those type of heroes. What I think that they could do still on Zoomers is that they could think about tri-laning, but they probably don't need to do it because I think Siam is quite nice against Beastmaster for a few levels at least.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it gives you a great tool against the boars. Anything to stop the double boars. That is so deadly in the lane.
Yeah. So they're probably just going to look to play like normal lanes here. They do have options. But
so which draft are you favoring here? Pexu's in this game. Which team would you rather be on?
It's pretty even drafts, I would say. I don't think neither team has like a draft advantage. I think Zoomers have certain timings when they will feel good. Like, let's say the first 25 minutes to 30 minutes is kind of nice for them. Lanes are pretty even. Maybe I would like Quincy Crew's draft a little bit more, though. Like, I just think they have a nice way of dealing with this lifesteal later on. But it's really minimal, like the draft advantages. I feel like it's really even drafts. Both teams have tools to win the game. It's gonna go a lot on the lanes and the moves out of that.
I see. All right, I think I'm favoring Quincy a little bit, partially because of the gyrocopter versus melee dynamic, and I think I'm just a little bit biased against Lifestealer. We talked about this hero a little bit when we were casting yesterday, and he certainly isn't bad, right? He has great options with built-in rage. You have to use infest bombs, but the games that I've seen him in recently, it's just felt like he's hard to execute with. And if you make those mistakes, he has a little bit of a lower margin for error, relative to a hero like Gyrocopter, perhaps, that can take some stacks to recover, for example.
So yesterday, at least when we saw the Leicester game, so he had a good start, but he had a really hard game because they had a lot of spells that went through his rage. So this game, they only have the Roar. Obviously, Roar is a really great tool, but all the other 4 heroes are not that good against the Lifestealer, in my opinion, at least. The Gyrocopter hates playing against Lifestealer. The Venomancer don't enjoy it, but especially when you have 5 Venomancer, you won't have the items to really deal with that hero. And also Rubik kinda can be free food for him. So there's a lot of heroes that don't enjoy playing against Lifestealer in this game. So I think today, at least, the Lifestealer pick is way better than it was yesterday in that game that we casted.
I think that's certainly a fair assessment, and the 4 Zoomers appear to be taking heed to your advice with this tri-lane setup. We've got Tusk and Crystal Maiden up top. They tried to set a little trap in the tree line, but weren't able to find the first blood that they were looking for, so that means Monkeys is going to take the solo lane down bottom on Centaur, and we'll have this LC mid against the Quinn Void Spirit. This is a mid matchup I think I can say with confidence I have never seen before, Pexu. I'm excited.
I think it's a LC favorite matchup, but I think Quinn is a pretty good laner, so I would maybe say that it's gonna go even. Maybe Gunner is gonna win it a little bit. Top lane, though, like I said, I feel like Zoomers have a. I think they're favorites on this lane pretty well. So it's gonna come down to play how they're gonna set up it. But right now, so far they're doing pretty well because MSS is forcing Ocean to not play in the lane, so they can at least last it a little bit on the gyro. But whenever the task is gonna be there's gonna be this kill threat.
Tag team pretty damn deadly in these try-on-try scenarios.
Yeah. He did not skill it. He skilled the shards. They tried to get that first blood.
Oh yeah.
They did not get it, so they're not gonna have that good tag team timing for some time. They're gonna need the level 2.
Yeah. Feels a little similar to like going telekinesis first on Rubik to try to go for a first blood.
A little bit at least. Like at least with the shards you can maybe still do a bit more with telekinesis, but it's kind of similar. Yeah, I would agree.
And similarly, Fade Bolt also very good in these try-on-try scenarios, mitigating damage. Usually a lot of right clicks thrown apart. I think the tri lane will be a place to watch, though. Down bottom, consistent pressure onto Lelis from Monkeys, but should be a fairly boring lane overall. I don't think either one should be able to find a kill. Now up top, Husky, Crystal Maiden, going to walk right up into the Veno. Poison Sting, Venomous Gale. It'll be too much. Now Ocean on the run. Homing Missile actually going to chase him down, but some nice shards. That'll block him out, and he'll stay safe. Oh.
A message might get him as well. He has a Fade Bolt, so I didn't want to go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still
The bottom lane. Yeah, first blood is very nice for them. I think Quincy Crew has outplayed them on this lane already. I think the one thing that happened was bad, that Ocean had to kill shards, which makes his like this early fights really bad. They don't have this tag team, so they can't really trade with them that well. And the other thing is that MS played really well, and he forced Ocean to run away, not play on the lane. So Yawar has pretty good farm. Like he has the same farm as the Leicester, where I feel like this lane should be pretty Zoomer's favorite if they would have played it a bit better.
Well, perhaps still some time to turn it around.
Yeah, they take the game still.
More aggression, though. Another homing missile.
It's just the big problem is that like Ocean is not getting this level 2, and he's still pretty far from it. So more time that they give, it's gonna be better as well for Quincy Crew to get their levels as well. They can actually fight them when they get some like level 3 Gyro, level 3 Venomancer. It's gonna be pretty annoying to deal with that level 2 Poison Sting.
Well, mid lane, checking in here. Quinn beating Gunner right now by a pretty okay margin. 18-2 compared to 12-4 on the Legion Commander. So,
So yeah, like I said, I think at least definitely like some NA teams like to play this LC mid, and I don't think it's necessarily bad. I think, like I said, I think Quinn is just a little bit better at laning than Gunner, so that's why it's looking like this. I don't think it should be that favorite for Void Spirit.
Up top, big trade. MSS actually going to live and gets the kill first. Now they turn on to Ocean. This is where Gyrocopter really shines. Rocket Barrage, amazing. In these close quarter engagements, they'll trade 1 for 2 up top as a double kill comes out for Yawar.
Yeah, that was I think Quincy Crew has already done way better in this lane that they should have, and it's a good shine because they're doing this Triana thing, and at the same time they're trading with Centaur and Beastmaster, and the Centaur is kind of winning the bottom lane. I mean, it's pretty even, but it's still like the both of these offlaners are kind of happy. It's just trading like this. But nothing too like crazy. I think the lanes are still pretty even. Like both teams obviously have some tools to do stuff. So,
does there come a point where you break up this tri lane for 4 Zoomers and? You know, if it continues to go poorly and maybe even worse over the next couple minutes, do you look to just rotate and say, okay, Lifestealer, hit the jungle, baby. We're going to go make some space around the map because this 3-on-3 is just bad for us? Or are you so committed now that you've got to stay try because that's the only place Lifestealer can farm?
So I think Lifestealer can kind of be okay on this lane either way. Like, at least if he has the lane control in his favor, it's going to be fine. But I don't think they're making moves on the side lane, or at least like on the bottom lane, is that easy. They have Beastmaster is gonna have level 6 soon, or like kind of soon, and then it's gonna be hard to make that move happen. And at the same time, also, I think Void Spirit realistically getting killed is not going to be that easy. At least not before they get level 6. So
Yeah.
I don't think, at least before level 6s, I don't think there's going to be stuff happening. But once those things have happened, then I think Tusk can have a TP and he can ready to rotate to side lanes.
Okay. I see. LC mid. It sounds okay against a melee matchup. I think she's good enough against most melee heroes. It's fine, and probably can do okay against some ranged heroes because it press the attack.
Yeah.
It makes sense that the hero could stand her ground mid lane. Ooh, up top now. Initiation onto Yawar. Snowball in. This is kind of bold, though. Sammy Boy, he's got the rage. Now Husky coming in. Yawar, he's getting pretty low, but has some stick charges. That'll pick him back up as Ocean falls. And this is going to be another disaster for the Zoomers. Husky, he's also going to go down, and it's another double for Yawar. Now 4-0-0 at 5 minutes on this gyrocopter.
Yeah, he's having a pretty good time, and also at the same time, SVG is also level 4, which is pretty hard to play against when you're level 4 Venomancer support who's just putting that poison on you all the time.
Sam and Tusk are both level 2, for reference.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
And he's gone for this build that, as a 5 Veno, makes quite a bit of sense. 2 points in Gale, 2 points in Poison Sting, not going for the Plague Wards, so very difficult hero to trade with. If you get hit by that level 2 Gale as CM, you're in big trouble. Stampede, looks like Monkey's used it to survive down bottom.
Yeah, he tried to just survive from the roar. He might die though, because MSS is around.
Oh, telekinesis. Now the hoof stomp, counterplay. Monkey's still going to go down. MSS with the kill.
Nice play from MSS there. He knows that he's really low. He forced the stampede out of him, and he has the board slows and stuff. So nice little play there. Getting involved on the bottom lane as well. This could mean that they can dive Yawar here though. They have a lot of creeps, but they're still feeling kind of scared to do that.
They're certainly thinking about it. You could tell they were posturing like they wanted to, but not eager to dive with the Veno so nearby. It's one of the great things about Veno. He's just so scary to make those kind of commitments. So he can, just by being there, kind of act as 2 heroes and open up some space for MSS to move around. I might have just cursed him as now he gets blocked out. Yawar going to wander his way over and try to help out his comrade here, but not going to be able to save SVG.
Yep, nice little kill there. Nothing special though. Yawar is just going to pull the wave, trying to get the lane back.
Oh, back-to-back kills onto Monkeys though.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's not really good, because now he won't have a TP, and they have a siege wave still bottom and drums, so they can just get a lot of damage on this tier 1 tower now bottom. And there's not really any hero that can go bottom either right now.
Mid lane now, Gunner, he's going to be initiated on. SVG's rotated, the poison ticking him low. I don't think it's going to be enough for a kill. They'll need one more. Quinn now caught by the tag team. He'll be just fine.
Pretty close.
Oh, MSS. Oh, nice. There was a ward there. It gets pinged immediately. Of course they know. MSS happy to reveal it for the kill though.
Yeah, that's so worth it though. Like, you look at the level different of the support like levels on both sides. Is that Zoomers have really weak support, like they have a really bad game on level and gold wise, and then Quincy crew both supports have a pretty nice time. So
that's already showing. Dude, look at Lelis. He's level 8.
Yeah, I mean everyone on Quincy crew is having a good game, and then then you look at the side of Zoomers, it's pretty much Sammy Boy. Sammy Boy was having a good game, so.
Yeah, Gunner a little bit under-leveled now, soon to hit 7, so he's not that far behind Quinn. Has an option against the Venomous Gale thanks to press the attack, so he'll be fine there. And they do end up trading towers. Quincy crew got that tier 1 down bottom, but Sammy Boy does finish off the tower up top. And Lifestealer going to be going for Midas first item. We've seen this pretty commonly. Maybe an armlet up next. Potentially Deso, any of those sort of items. But felt like he needed a farming item to maintain tempo, I guess.
Yeah, I think they're not gonna. I think they have lost the potential of like playing this game fast, because they have the lanes went how they went. So now he just needs to go for this Midas build and just try to recover, or not recover, just keep up in the farm. Like, he's gonna need to keep up in the farm with the other 3 cores of Quincy crew, and the Midas is best tool for that for sure.
Monkeys forever now. Stampede down bottom, looking for the catch, but Lelis actually able to outrange it. Gunner, of course, no blink dagger, so can't close the gap. MSS with a telekinesis, that'll slow him down, and now QC, they look to counter-initiate. Husky evaporates. Gunner low. There's the tag team. They'll drop a duel, but it's ambitious. I don't think they'll find the kill. Okay, they do. They don't get the duel win, but there was the Infest Bomb there for some extra damage. Now SVG only level 5, won't have a Poison Nova, but Monkeys does get brought down. A 2 for 2 so far. Gunner with the TP out. This one works.
That was still pretty good for the Zoomers though. They get some nice kills there. They do get them also a little bit forced out of the air. I mean, I think Lelis is gonna still keep playing here and just make pressure, but still a nice at least. Like they get some stuff done, and that is the important part. The problem is that the Monkeys is died 3 times now, and he's kind of ruining his game. I mean, obviously they have to do these things, but every time he dies like that, it's gonna delay his blink dagger way more, and they're gonna have hard time finding the catch. As more and more the game goes on like this.
Yeah, we're getting into this awkward situation where you look at the net worth and Rubik is eerily close to the Centaur.
Yeah.
It's like MSS starting to feel a little bit like a core Rubik, and this Centaur starting to feel like an over-leveled support. And now that the Zoomers are taking map control, pardon me, as Quincy crew are taking map control, you can see the Zoomers, like there isn't really that much space to farm, and they're a little afraid to farm by themselves. Like look at Ocean right now. He's just trailing behind Gunner, almost anticipating that there could be something coming. They know there's a ward here, and they never really got a chance to de-ward it. Maybe they forgot, but that was the one that MSS revealed to find that kill. So they're playing very cautious right now, rightfully so, but the Zoomers not able to farm as much as they'd like. Husky, as you can see, pokes solo mid lane and gets brought down immediately.
Yep, nice little kill there. I just like how Quincy crew is playing on the map right now. They're playing in 3 lanes, they're getting a lot more farm than the Zoomers are getting. Even SVG is just getting this lane for 1 or 2 minutes now and getting a lot of levels farm here. And it's showing. Look, you can see the gold lead just growing all the time. Lelis is constantly pressuring bottom lane, farming the camps, farming the lane. And they're just farming so much more right now. And they're just getting ahead.
Well, potential play up top. Yeah, still doesn't have the ultimate, actually. This is interesting. Position 5 Veno with the 2-2-2 build. Does get finished off here as his TP gets interrupted, but that's kind of cool. I haven't seen much Position 5 Veno, but I don't think I've ever seen this build either.
So it's pretty popular on the NA at least, and I do know that like EU pubs people playing it somewhat, but it's not in the comp maybe yet too much. We haven't seen it so much on the. Oh, hold that up.
Oh, Primal Roar. They find Monkeys again. There you go. Another easy kill.
Well, yeah, the Venom 5, it's a nice. I think it's with the Blake Ward difference and the Poison Sting difference. It's kind of like it kind of works, and like the way they picked it as well. They picked it early, and they saw it's not the best Venom game, so they just pick a offlaner that has a good game, and then they can play it as a 5. So yeah, that's kind of the feeling of the hero.
I'm sure everything you said was absolutely correct, Peksu, but I have to admit I was not listening because the Pudge Butcher thing, the baby Pudge, the toy, the doll, it's out. The blog post is live, baby. I think after this game, we better get a Pudge pick. I want to see this thing.
Are we gonna have a Pudge?
I'm busting. I was looking at Twitch chat, and they like to do this. They like to do the gotchas with new content being released, but this time it's real. They're actually being truthful.
Nice.
The blog is live, so woo! Hype! Go Pudge. Sorry, I digress.
Go Pudge, go Pudge.
Yeah, unfortunately, probably not relevant to our pro games here with money on the line, as Pudge not particularly playable right now. But Lelis down bottom, they're finally going to find this much-needed kill. It is 5 heroes of Zoomers, though, to make this rotation, and they do only get the 1 kill. So it's a win, but maybe not the biggest win that they were hoping for.
I think that play is... It doesn't feel best, but at least they've had to do something. And I think that kind of play is probably the best play they can have, because they know Lelis is going to keep playing here. So just killing him and getting him out of here is going to open up the area a little bit for you, at least for a while. I think Lelis is going to go here again when he spawns, and probably just going to do the same thing again. Just going to keep playing here, but a good play from them, Zoomers at least.
Definitely a bit of space, and they are giving some of that space to SVG. Level 8 on the Venomancer. He's been planted up top, and he's starting to recover a little bit. His farm way outpacing the supports of the 4 Zoomers still. Now double damage in the bottle of Quinn, and also has that Yule's Scepter, perhaps looking to make a go here. Jumps in onto the LC. And Gunnar very under-farmed still. Gets Primal Roared. Now Quinn jumps in. The Stampede comes out, and they're going to look to turn. Quinn dueled up, but now the Snowball. Quinn with the double damage survives. Now on the run as Gunnar goes down. It's a disaster for the 4 Zoomers. Ocean, he's going to get pulled back in. And now Sammy Boy, he's going to be chased down as well. The poor Lifestealer will be finished off, and the Zoomers lose 4 or 3, probably 4, as Husky gets scouted out by Lelis. Not going to have a path to survival here. Okay, I lied. Quincy crew are not going to dive the top tier 2, and they'll let it go. Still, pretty convincing fight. That's another 1,500 net worth swing.
It's really good, and they just killed the Lifestealer as well. He has a Midas ready as well, so even more deadly while killing him like that. But they're looking to fight here. Ocean is tipping in. Gunnar is tipping in.
Lelis, he's being maybe a little bit careful here. There is a duel, but there's backup for Quincy. They're ready to reinitiate. Ocean, he gets blown up. Monkeys forever. He's also going to go down. He does have that Blink Dagger on Centaur, but outside of that, not too much in the inventory, so really not as tanky as you'd expect for a Centaur at 15 minutes.
Yeah, and they're just keep fighting into these Venom wards as well. You can see how farmed this Venom is as well. He has a Veil of Discord as well, so he's amping a lot of his teammates as well. Like, I really like this build, what SVG is doing. Like, big fan of this Veil. Makes his Gyro, Void Spirit, Rubik, all of their heroes like so much stronger, and that's just a 5. 5 is making so much work with this hero. So
it's nice to see SVG get a little bit of farm priority. You know, I've cast a lot of games where he is beyond sacrificial in terms of the amount of net worth he's able to accrue.
It's also Venomous though. There's just the way you play this hero, you will naturally get farm because you max out this Blake Ward and you just farm. You get some farm. So
neutral creeps just fall over, man.
Yeah. It's kind of the way the Puppy has been playing for a while. I think some more 5s have been taking it. Like, you see how he just takes a lane nowadays often and just gets to farm. And it kind of shows, like, they kind of play, at least like Secret, they often have like 5 cores because they just have this, even their 5 is so farm. So it's cool to see SVG is kind of having that type of factor in this game as well. He's doing a lot in these fights and just being annoying all the time in the map.
Yeah, I think Veno and Ogre are my big 2 for like the amount of annoyance they put out for how easy it is to do is kind of unmatched. Not to take anything away from SVG, but the Plague Wards are just so irritating. Here we go, big team fight. They do get a kill on MSS to start things off. It's a pretty good Infest Bomb, but now the real fight breaks out and Quincy just have the damage. Maybe they don't. Yawar gets blown up with the Walrus Punch and SVG dies. It's a 3-for-1. Quinn looking to survive. I'm a bit stunned that the Zoomers were able to make that fight look so convincing.
That was a bit surprising. I think they got the right, like they did kill SVG there and the MSS pretty fast, so it was somewhat easy. They also have a Blade Mail on the LC. The Blade Mail is very good against this Gyro at this point in the game. Also pretty good against the Rubik, so...
I guess credit to the CM. She was the highest damage dealer on the rating at 2,600. Really nice.
The freezing field never got cancelled, so he got the full duration of that. Really bursting a lot of damage in that fight. So
that's what tipped the scales. And you look at the damage done. The Rubik just got deleted. MSS didn't get to do anything that fight, so it was almost like a 4v5 in that regard. So good catch from the 4 Zoomers. I mean, this is what you got to do with the Lifestealer. He's Midas going into MKB. Doesn't have a lot of damage right now, but Infest Bombs are one way that you can contribute to the team fight. So. Well done for the Zoomers. They get a little bit of breathing room. Look at that gold graph, and it stops the bleeding for now, but obviously still quite the deficit for the 4 Zoomers right now. Sammy Boy hiding in the trees up top. Some reinforcements come in. They see Quinn jumping around. He's actually used both of his Astral Steps, but they won't quite get here in time. Damn.
It's a bit slow. So Sammy Boy is going for MKB. This is one of those items that I'm a big fan of it, because I feel like with all the attack speed you have, MKB makes so much sense. And I think this game is not the best Desolator game anyway. If you had a good, like, he has a pretty good game anyway, but it's not like the best Deso game. So the MKB will amp his damage output quite a lot in this game. So I like this. I like this a lot. I think it's an item build that I would like to see more on Lifestealers as well, the MKB.
Yeah, it's crazy that this item was also nerfed like not that long ago. It didn't have a recipe, and then that recipe was even cheaper, I think, when it was added on.
Yeah, it was, and now it's, yeah.
And MKB still feels like a pretty gosh darn good item that's pretty value in most games.
They want to fight here on Zoomers. They're smoked gunner and monkeys.
All right, they see the hawk, so Zoomers are aware that Quincy crew have a little bit of knowledge.
The problem is that it's really hard for Zoomers to ever break this high ground. They have Beastmaster with boars and hawks, and then they have Venom wards around most of these angles. So, but this is probably the best play they can do. They just go for the mid tower because they're not set up there on Quincy crew.
It's a cool adaptation because it's hard for Quincy to rotate into this area. Now they kind of have to walk through the river and back up to the high ground.
Yeah.
And it does pull Quincy out of the Radiant jungle, but Zoomers still trying to figure out how to handle this. And Sammy Boy gets a little impatient and says, all right, I'm back to farming. Didn't work, boys. I'm smacking creeps. And we'll see how Quincy crew handles this. Looks like they'll spread out. Runes spawn. They should go even here at the 20-minute mark.
So Zoomers just have to be careful how they play on the map, how they make the move, because the best way of Quincy crew winning a fight is when they have set up those wards and the vision on some area, and then you come there and you fight into this Venom wards and this vision game. So you have to be careful with that. You have to be really... The smokes are the best tool in order to win, so you have to get some good smoke initiation. Last time they didn't get it, and they just feel like it's too hard to fight in that area, so they back off.
But patience yields more farm. Now Stampede from Monkeys, and he still actually gets caught down bottom. Quinn, I don't know if he's going to commit to this, though. He sees the TPs coming, and reinforcements from both sides. Dire still holding the high ground, and now the LC split up for the rest of 4 Zoomers. They need to be a little bit careful here. The Gyrocopter also still farming mid. Haven't checked in on Yawar in a hot minute, but he's got the Aghanims now and working on BKB. So still not quite fighting ready, but he is still accelerating and almost keeping pace with that Midas Lifestealer.
Yeah, the BKB is going to make him just kind of be able to fight non-stop. It's also pretty nice. Maybe, I don't know if he did it because he saw the MKB on the Lifestealer, but the Lifestealer damage output is not going to be as much.
Classic combo. Duel with the Lifestealer inside. Easy pickup onto SVG.
Yep, nice little kill there. Might even look to catch more here. Probably not. Nice little shard block from there with MSS as well. But yeah, the BKB build is gonna make the Yawar really... Like, he's gonna have a really strong timing where I don't think Zoomers have a really good answer to. I think Sammy Boy will need like 1 or 2 more items before he doesn't really care about the BKB. But once they have that, it's gonna be... I think it's gonna be the Quincy crew's best timing with this BKB to make a move.
I mean, at least Gunner has the Blade Mail blink now. They get that tier 1 mid, so this opens up the map a little more for the Zoomers. And LC has the power to make a big catch and can definitely find kills with just a little bit of help thanks to that Blade Mail. There's still potential here for Zoomers. Definitely hard to execute. I think, like you said, the Hawks and the Plague Wargs, it really does make it hard to initiate. If you look at SVG, he's constantly putting these wards on the side where he thinks 4 Zoomers could be. So you're always running through a ward to get to this Dire squad. It's really hard to play into. There really isn't a great solution to it. You only have so many smokes, right?
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, you can't do that forever. Now they're actually making a move themselves. I think they have the BKB and Yawar coming on the courier. Yeah, so they want to make a move. They know they're strong. Scanning it out though.
Great scan from Radiant. They see SVG. Gunner looking for a jump, but they break the Blink Dagger. Quinn finds the Resonant Pulse as well. Or pardon me, the Aether Remnant. Kind of an awkward fight now as the 4 Zoomers look to retreat. Ocean gets left behind, so he's going to be an easy pick. And we'll see what Quincy crew do now. It looks like they want to just go right into the pit. They've got a fresh Necronomicon level 3 spawn. And they'll help with the DPS here on Roche.
It's gonna be pretty fast, and what is SVG gonna do now is that he can just plant these wards, and like I said, it's really hard to fight into this. Like, how do you fight as Zoomers? You have to go in, but it's really hard.
Gunner is looking at this Blink Dagger like, I had to buy this item, but fuck, this thing's a heavy paperweight. He gets blown up. Monkeys forever now caught by the stolen snowball. He'll go down. Stampede lets Sammy Boy get up to the high ground. But on the other side, Husky, he'll actually make the TP. Stolen Stampede. Now Sammy Boy in trouble. He gets ripped apart. 4 Zoomers lose another fight. And, of course, they don't stop Roche. Yawar struggling to kill Roche by himself, but his friends will be back, and they're going to be rewarded with an Aegis here.
Yep. Well, just really good stuff from Quincy Group. They get the big AB. They know they're really strong. They can just go play an area, like a hold an Russian area. And like you can see, even though you have this Blink Dagger Blade Mail, you have this ward set up. If you don't get the jump at the right time, you're just going to be constantly losing your HP to Poison Sting. You're going to be getting your Blink cancelled. And you just died like that. And then the fight is over. So, yeah, just good stuff from Quincy Group. They're fighting with a good timing and fighting around their vision and the Blake ward, so good stuff.
It's hard to fight into sentries, but do you think, is there any merit to Gunnar going for a Shadow Blade instead of a Blink Dagger this game? Like, unless he's smoked, so far this Blink Dagger has looked pretty difficult to use effectively.
So I think it would have the same issue, kind of. I think Quincy Crew is playing really well. If you look at where they have sentries as well, they don't really make moves too much outside of their sentries and ward area. So even if he would have a Shadow Blade, he would probably have the same issue because he would just run. There would be sentries and Blake wards, and he would have the same issue, but now he couldn't even jump. So I don't think the Shadow Blade would make a difference either.
I see. All right, fair enough. Now we'll see the LC in question here. Primal roared and in trouble. I think Gunnar is destined to fall. His teammates kind of nearby, but not really able to help. Another Stampede comes out. The Dire want to commit to this fight as Quinn goes down. CM channels the ult for just a second as her, as well as Ocean go down, and now Monkeys also gets finished off. There was a buyback from the LC, but this one is quickly getting out of reach for the Radiant. Dare we look at what the robots have to say about 90-10, probably going to update even more in favor of Quincy Crew. This one looking a little impossible for the Zoomers.
Yeah, it's pretty hard right now. They're playing, Quincy Crew is just playing really well right now with this Aegis, and they're not giving Zoomers any space to farm, any place to take any type of comeback in this game, and showing. They still have the lifesteal. Are they gonna go from Yawar here?
Okay, this is what I was talking about. The Blink Blade Mail, they definitely have the ability to find catches like that, but the Aegis, now they've got to do it again. Walrus Punch, Yawar still has
nice
BKB. Crazy good lockdown. Ocean dies. Gunnar almost goes down. Manages to live, though, and now this Tier 2 tower just about into deny range.
Yeah, that was a nice little play from MSS there. 3-man hoof stomp stun, but unfortunately they only get Ocean there. It was close that they would have gotten more. They do have press the attack on the Rubik now, so I don't think they can kill Yawar like that. Or I mean, I guess with the duel they can still.
Yeah, this has ended up being a really solid Rubik game. I guess it's seldom that there aren't good spells to steal, but he's got a lot of options in this one.
He has, and he can also be like, if he gets this snowball or he gets this press the attack, he can actually save a player from the Blink LC duel Blade Mail combo if he has one of those spells. Maybe the press the attack is not as good, but if he has a snowball, he can definitely turn it around. So,
smoke up from the Zoomers now. Let's see what they do. On the hunt. They want to use this Blink Blade Mail Infest Bomb from Gunnar again. And I think the Gyro is the target they're hoping for, but the Dire drop a nice scan.
Yeah, the scan was a really cool little scan there. And they should not be able to get anyone here.
It was like a Bob Ross scan. It was a nice little scan.
I'm getting too old for this horse shit.
Well timed, you are. +1 for that one, buddy.
That was a good one.
That's a quality voice line. I actually didn't know about that one.
Yeah, I love when players do some nice little chat wheel.
I like the rare ones. You know, some of the good ones get a little overused, and every so often there's an opportunity for one of those quality hidden voice lines. Now the Centaur going to be caught. Monkeys forever. It's been a tough game for him. He's got a Stampede. He's going to be silenced into oblivion, though, as there's an Aghanim Scepter out on Quinn.
Yeah, it's a really hard game for Monkeys here. Like he had a pretty good game from the lane, but then they MSS made like 2 good moves, and suddenly like his game was slowed down so much. And I mean, I wouldn't say that those moves made like his game that bad, but it really definitely like put the direction that he had that bad game. So he's having a rough one, and they're kind of like all in on this lifesteal now to carry them, and he has a good farm, so he could potentially do it, but it's still pretty hard.
I would say it's quite hard, my friend. A catch
Yeah.
here, though, would go a long way. Quinn, able to dissimulate, jumps back, no problem.
Well, I would like them to probably just finish the Satanic on Yavar, because that's probably the best item that he can have that makes him way harder for them to kill, and he's pretty close to it, so I would like them to prioritize that right now if they can.
Yeah, the status resistance is very effective against
Yeah.
duel.
Exactly, and then just the turnaround potential with the BKB Satanic can make the difference. You duel him, if you don't kill him that duel, he can just Satanic and heal the full.
MSS, he's going to tank the gank, breaks the smoke, and, of course, eats the death.
So they were trying to kill. They were trying to go for the bounties on the side of Zoomers and just catch. They were expecting the Gyro be farming there and trying to get the bounties and the free kill, but instead they get an MSS and they get some bounties. Obviously, not the worst thing for Zoomers, but I don't think Quincy Crew is too unhappy about that.
Yeah, as you said, they were definitely hoping for a core there with a smoke like that.
Yeah.
Now Lifestealer mid, taunted, silenced, Primal Roar, no options for Sammy Boy. He gets put down, does have the buyback, but now they find Ocean. It's going to be one after another, 4-step to the high ground. TP, do they have a stun? No.
Yeah, he could have a remnant there with Quinn, but slight little misplay there. Didn't catch the angle right away, but still good. They get the lifestealer kill. Now they can they're thinking about high ground here. I think they can. Yavar is really strong as well. Without the lifestealer, it's
Satanic.
like no way they can kill him.
All right, mid lane now. They're going to go high ground, and Gunner is just done. BKB, pop by Yawar. They actually save him. Ocean, or is that Glimmer Cape? It's on the Crystal Maiden. Gunner lives as Ocean dies. I can't believe he lived there.
Yeah, nice little glimmer grape coming from there. They didn't have detection, I think, because both of their supports were not there, so
They're just light on
Unfortunately,
detection
of course, we're
in
in
general
yeah.
right now. It might be on MSS, and yeah, it is. He's got the dust, and right now he's taking the outpost. So that explains it.
yeah. But still, fine. They get the tier 3. They're just closing them map right now. They're not letting them get any room or any kind of space. Like, kind of the only one who's farming right now for Zoomers last, I don't know, 5 minutes, 4 minutes has been this Sammy Boy. He's been able to at least kind of leave the base and farm a bit, so.
Man. Do you remember what Dota was like as a support before Glimmer Cape? What a great item. What a game changer for position 4 and position 5.
Yeah. It's a really nice item. It's a pretty cheap item and gives a lot.
Yeah,
It's
like the stats on it are good. The attack speed's a little weird now, but
yeah. I mean, I would say 4-step used to be better. I think 4-step has lost a little bit of its value because of the cast range of it being so bad right now on like anyone else than yourself. You have to be really close to anyone.
yeah. Now Monkeys again in the front line, and they're also going to find the LC BKB from Yawar. He's going to commit hard, and Gunner is going to fall. He had Sammy Boy inside. Now he'll look to try to take this fight, but it's not going to go so well. Does have the Basher, but now on the retreat, the Glimmer Cape comes out. They'll jump onto the Crystal Maiden. There's the buyback from Tusk. CM down. She'll use hers as well. No more buybacks available for the Radiant, and Lifestealer, well, he makes it back, but Tusk is going to die back. So I think we are probably moments from a GG-type scenario here, 36-12. It is Quincy Crew in command.
And they don't have buybacks here, so they can just probably go throne here. They want to force some buybacks, but they probably know that they shouldn't have one, so can be just be thrown here.
Yeah, from the CM, not so threatening. The CM pick definitely felt like one of the weaker aspects of this 4 Zoomers lineup. I guess we'll get one final fight here behind the throne. They want Sammy Boy dead one more time. Monkeys with a god tier hoof stomp. They do find a kill on Quinn. Husky getting off a decent ultimate, but it won't be enough. Yawar, he's got the Black King's bar, and he's immune to the magic. Gunner coming in, he won't have it, and some funsies behind the throne. But of course, Quincy crew.
Yawar should die here though. Unless they end the game.
They should be able to end it. There it is. GG. So, Quincy crew.